Hi guys, thank you very much for joining. Welcome back. So we already know that Darren Nicholls is a grass. He's a super grass. He grassed on Mick and Jack. But it goes further than that. Did you know that he also grassed up the Dutch firm? Well, he did. This is his statement he made on the 27th of November 96. I'm not going to read it all out. It's a long one. But he goes into detail about it. You know, what you see when you get off the train. He goes, the name, look, the Stones Corner Cafe, what's outside. He's got information of a pool table, payphone. He goes into some depth here about the premises that John Stone worked at, he owned and ran. Talking about the fruit machines situated in the rear of the bar. He goes on to tell you, the small patio area out the back. And he's dropping the names in. John Stone. His flat's above the bar. There's an electronic entrance system. You need a key or you need someone to let you in. Colour of the door looks white in colour with a heavy lock on it. Where the toilet and wash basin is. Kitchenette. In the lounge is a sofa. He's going into some depth here. The wardrobe and a coffee table, a dining table. Large TV with a stand. Monitor. The monitor's linked up to two cameras which are located above the surfing bar downstairs. Details of the bar look. The glasses, the optic. Says he's never been upstairs. In the upstairs of the flat. He remained in the lounge, but look, he goes into the detail that there was a large LCD calculator on the dining table. And he used that to calculate the exchange rates. Pinball machines. Rear and the front window saying Stone's Bar written on them in arch writing, and there's also a hanging sign above the door which is green in colour and says Stones. And look, on occasions I've met John Stone. I've been in his company for varying amounts of time during the day when it's been light, and at night time when there's been artificial light. I would estimate that he's in his late 40s, about 6 foot tall, medium build. He's got blonde to ginger coloured hair, which is short, neat and swept back. On the occasions I've met him, he's always been casually dressed, wearing smart jeans and a shirt. He's clean shaven, well spoken with a noticeable accent, no noticeable jewellery. He says he would recognise him again. The only other things I can say about John Stone is that he cycles to work every day. The only other persons I met at the premises are his brother, whose name I don't know, and was in the bar. I wasn't introduced to him and I couldn't describe him. There was a white blonde Dutch man who was in a couple of conversations about drugs. I would describe him as being 6 foot tall, slim build, medium length, neat blonde hair, good looking with clean skin, aged about 30 to 35, well presented, spoke good English with a Dutch accent and drove a Mercedes 200 series colour black. It was a 4-door saloon. Left hand drive on Dutch plates. I met this person on several occasions and again I would recognise him. He's grassing these people up, right? This is him grassing. Can you remember that video, Donna Jaggers, Donna the Grass? She's laying on all these details about Mick, Steele, Jack, everything that she was saying. Mick Bowman, Mick Steele. She's grassing them up. This is what Darren Nicholls is doing here. You can tell. I mean, he's not keeping this secret. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not holding off, and he is not bending the truth here either. This is probably one of the only statements I've read of Darren Nicholls that you can tell he's not lying. I'm trying to find words to try and express how it's making it. I know he's lying about certain points. Right, but this, you can feel it that he's not. He's not lying here. You know what I mean? He's telling the truth. I can't tell you whether it's because of the details or what, but this seems true. But the thought behind this, that goes after this, is doesn't it make you wonder what happened to John Stone in Amsterdam and all these places? You know, Darren Nicholls makes this statement. Do the police then go off and trace and go to this bar? You know what I mean? Do they go and destroy this person's reputation by arresting him for drug dealing? Can you imagine the trouble and the angst that would cause John Stone? It's all good and well that we talk about this John Stone and this John Stone's Cafe, largest common. Oh yeah, it was in the story. You know, but essentially, ultimately, he's a drug dealer. He's a drug supplier, enough drugs that people are going to him to import. You know what I mean? He's a major figure. We're talking about him as if he's nothing. He's just this, oh yeah, John Stone over there in Amsterdam. You know, it's like this, just to ask somebody who's in this story, he owned a cafe, that's it, end of story. He's a massive figure. And Darren Nicholls even suggesting that he went there is a mad thing. It's a massive thing, because it makes you think, what did the police do when they found that? Do they then report, you know what the police are like, do they report him to the Netherlands authorities, the Dutch authorities? Do they report him and say, look, you know, we've got a suspect over here who's telling us all these details about somebody called John Stone in this cafe, I think you need to check him out. And we talk about police corruption in this case, and we could be looking at some kind of police corruption where that's involved there. Darren Nicholls is blatantly giving this evidence, blatantly grassing them up. Look, he's giving their identities away. He's going into detail about what they do, who they are, where they live, what they look like, you know, their appearance, what they're dressed like, their hair colour. That's grassing them up. And if nothing else happened to John Stone after this, that's kind of police corruption, isn't it? Thanks for the details. Like, Darren Nicholls giving all the details. Don't do anything. Like, turn a blind eye to it. You know what I mean? It would be really interesting to find out whether they actually went and questioned John Stone. It's details like this that I love sharing, and, you know, obviously I love to be able to tell you what I think, and obviously I invite you to do the same. I love reading your comments, so please do down below. Thanks very much for joining in. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.